He was laying on the floor, on his back, sweating.
She walked in on me doing what?
You allowed this person in my house to rob me. You're responsible for it. He said, well, I got to go talk to my lawyer. And then he also.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So, Ms. Bird, tell me a little bit of what's going on.
I'm here about stolen jewelry. I hired Mr. Perez to remodel my home, and he's done a good job. It was fantastic. But it was the problem with the last payment, and he wanted me to go get it on a Friday, but I had a gala I had to go to. So I asked him, can I go Thursday? And that was August the 1st. He said, sure. So, but I was the only one there, and I had the painter, the person who was doing my crown molding was there, and I was there by myself. I asked Mr. Perez if he would come and be in the house with him while I'm going to get the payment. He said, sure. So I waited. I said 10:30, but I waited. He didn't come, so I proceeded on. I was down the street about 5 minutes. Mr. Perez called me, and he said, I'm on my way. So I went on, got the money from the bank, came back. And when I walked in, I drove back. He was in the truck. But he told me that he was in the house looking at him doing the paperwork, doing the work and everything. And I said, thank you. So what happened is that this young man, I don't even know his name, his father, Churi, was the one doing the job. But Churi had a job to do. So he asked me, could his son do it? Now, his son worked for Mr. Perez too. So Churi called Mr. Perez on the phone, and I heard him. He said, sure, bring him in. Okay? So I trust him, and this was at the last of the work. The next day, I don't even know the young man's name. He was there at 8:30 in the morning. And something said, go in there and see how he was doing. Laying on the floor, on his back. He was sweating. And I said, what happened? He said, my back went out. I said, oh my God. I said, should I call Mr. Perry? He said, no, don't call him. Don't call him. So what I did, I proceeded onto my kitchen and bought paper towels. And I wiped him down. And I said, are you hungry? Because he was staying with his mother and his father. I guess he had nowhere to go, in no job. And I said, I made some homemade biscuits. I fed him. I gave him something to drink. I said, oh, you're right. I said, you need to go to the doctor because I never seen nobody sweat like this. He said, I'm fine. But in my bedroom, everything was in the middle of the floor. And my jewelry box, things was on top of it. You couldn't see it. But some kind of weird thing, he had the jewelry box against the wall because when you're doing work, you have to move things around. Okay? So I said, okay. And I noticed he's acting funny. I said, now I have to leave at 12 because I have to go to this function. I told Mr. Berenis that already. He said, okay. So I locked the house up and left, and I came back. And on the July the 31st, you know how women are. We take our things out and we lay it out so we can be prepared to go. So my jewelry and everything is out. But I left the jewelry in the jewelry box. So I go get ready, put my jewelry, it's gone. I panicked. And I just tore the room up. I called Mr. Perez. And I thought Mr. Perez would say, oh, my worker would do that. He immediately got offended. What do you mean he did that? I don't believe, I'm going to get it. Let me call this. He just went on and on. He said, don't you worry about it. I'll take care of it. I said, okay. So he called Chewy, the boy's father. He came. He checked the whole house, my purses, my drawers, everything. He checked it. It was gone. Then I called Mr. Perez back. I said, we can't find it. He said, don't you worry about it. I'm going to get him. I'll take care of it. So I get a phone call Monday, and that's the 5th of August. And he told me that he called the police, but the police said for me to call. So I called the police, and he said, when the police come, have him come to me. Call me, and I'm coming. So the police, I gave him all the information, everything what he need. And then he asked about the praise of the jury, everything, you know. So after he got through, I signed the papers, and I gave the paperwork to Mr. Perez. Okay? So I waited and nobody didn't say nothing to me. I waited. So I went down to the police department to see if I could get a copy of, what I said. He said, you can't get it here because I live on the east side on Houston Street. So I had to go downtown. So I went downtown. They wouldn't give me the young man's name. Mind you, I don't know this man. They wouldn't give it to me. I said, well, sir, would you do me a favor? They had my paperwork. Please. Has he been in trouble? He's a felon. I thought, oh, he could have hurt me. If I would have put, 'cause I think when he was laying on the floor, he must have put the jury in his pocket. And so I got a little nervous. So I said, okay, it's all right. So I told Mr. Perez about it. And he said he talked to the young man. The young man said he didn't take it. His father said he didn't take it. Oh, but he did. So what I did, Judge, it was 3 pieces. I bought about the 3rd piece. They were pesos.
Mhm.
And I bought the 3rd piece with me. Now, I had this jury 30 years. He insists on coming back to my house because he said Mr. Perez will get mad at him for not finishing the cabinets. I said, Mr. Perez is all right. He's going to be all right. So he wanted to come back Monday at 8:30. I guess he's going to come back to finish it, to take the rest of my jury. But he don't know that I checked. Okay, so that's what happened. That's why I'm here.
And it was what? What was, it was a necklace and,
It was a necklace and it was a bracelet. But this here was with the 2. But I think what happened while he was sweating so bad, I walked in on him when he was doing it. You should have seen him. But he said, don't you call him? He worked for Mr. Perez because I have 18 in my house. I have burglar bars. I have things on my door. When the door opened, it tells me somebody's coming. I have everything to protect me because I'm a widow. And you mean to tell me a person could walk in freely and take my things? And when I really, really think about it, he could have killed me if I would have approached him that day about it.
thank you.
I'm getting a little emotional. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Do we have any?
I got some.
You had some? Okay. All right. Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm Adrian Perez. I'm the contractor that Ms. Bird hired. Yes, we did. Everything sounds correct, and Ms. Bird and I have always seen each other in a good faith and a good way. And there is some conflicting stories. And Judge is trying to make it here. He's here. To begin with, he says he never went into her fridge.
It's he.
Right here.
Okay,
He did.
come up here.
Oh, I
Please.
forgot. He did go at my refrigerator to get some ice.
He also says, I have never was lying down on the floor. And there's conflicting stories.
She said I was laying down on the floor because my back hurt.
Yeah.
I was
And
laying down on the floor.
Oh my.
I lay down on the floor to paint the bottom of the wood on the side of the bed on that side because I couldn't fit. So I got on the floor and I had to cut it to the wall because I was painting all the walls around the bed and everything. But I never laid down on the floor for my back hurt. She said she walked in on me doing what?
You were laying on the. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, let them finish and I'll let you.
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
She said she walked in on me doing something. I would think I was always painting the trim on top because I had to stain it. And after that, I started taking the stuff off the walls because I had to paint the walls. And I was going wall by wall. That's all I did.
Oh.
All right.
so, yeah, it's a nightmare, you know. I did get there. I went in, I talked to Judge, everything seemed to be going fine. I got a phone call, I went outside, I sat on my truck to talk on the phone. And that's when she arrived. I went in there and I said, yeah, he's in there. He's getting it done. Okay. So that happened. That was Thursday. And Friday evening, that's when she called me. I told her that has not happened on to us. I said, I will call the police. Judge is a very good friend and also a friend of somebody that I always hire, his father. And I said, they're working people. They don't do this. And I called and the officer told me she had to make the call. So I called her and she made the call. I went when the officer went to go take the police report. Believe me, there's nobody else in this room that likes to get this resolved more than I do.
Okay, let me ask a question, please. So this was on a Thursday that you saw him laying on the
It
floor.
was Friday. But Thursday was the day I had to go get the money.
Oh, okay.
There
Okay, so
Thursday.
Friday,
Thursday,
Friday was your event.
yes, ma'am.
Okay,
And Thursday was the
I was
day.
just a little confused.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Thursday was the day when I had to go to my event. I went in there because he came at 8:30.
When did you pull your jewelry out?
I put my jewelry out July the 31st. It was that Wednesday. What I do, I'm the type of person I can get dressed real quick. So what I do, I set things out. And my jewelry box is hot. And it was there. And I said, okay, well, I just put it together. And I just got the rest of my things. See, I have a room that's connected together. So everything's in the middle of the floor. So I covered the whole thing up. You couldn't see the jewelry box. For some reason, I had to get against the wall. You understand what I'm saying? And then I have a dresser here beside all the things that I have. He was laying on the floor, on his back, sweating. And we swear to tell the truth. And I gave him some food and some drink and asked him to go see the doctor. I asked to call Mr. He said, don't call him.
Okay, and I have another
I'm
question.
sorry, just got emotion.
It's okay. I have another question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you come up with this figure of $9,800?
Well, no, it was what happened. My sister and I, we shops together. We buy the same items. The items that where I calculated, they gave me, it was 16,000. It was pesos. And I never get a chance to appraise it because I never thought that this would happen to me. Because I don't let nobody in my house. So my sister gave me, I have the pictures of it, of the jury, and I showed Mr. Perez. Am I saying your name right? I'm
Yes,
sorry
you
if
are.
I'm saying it wrong.
You are, darling.
Okay, but anyway, I went there and I showed him the jury, but I had it on my neck. Remember? It was on my neck. But you can't see it on my neck. So I had to get this on paper. Would you like to see it?
Thank you.
I'm very nervous.
That's okay. I don't bite. Thank you. Let's see here.
But when the police told me I had to have an appraisal, I had to go get it. But I'm blessed to have a sister. We have the same thing.
That is
But
perfect.
I am so happy that he didn't take. But he knows.
So the bracelet is 7,800 and then the necklace was 9,800?
Yes, ma'am. And he know. No. I don't have nothing against Mr. Perez. Did an excellent job. Until my jury was gone.
Anything else?
No, ma'am, that's it, really.
That's
You
it.
said you had gone to mediation
Yes, ma'am. We went
Yes.
to civil court.
and what happened?
And what happened was at the end, they asked us to make an agreement on it. He said he wasn't, well, this is what I said. I'm not going to say. I said, by law, with me, You allowed this person in my house to rob me. You're responsible for it. He said, well, I got to go talk to my lawyer. And then he also said, I told him how much you're worth. He said, $10 is too much. That's what he told me.
The court is awarding $17,780 to the plaintiff, court cost and post-judgment interest. You do have 21 days to appeal. Okay? You all will get the judgment in the mail.
So, thank you.